Hey, how are you?
Hello, how are you?
I'm fine. I'm fine.
So we're live
Okay.
now.
We are live now, trying just to connect on my computer to check everything is good. Can you receive me well?
Yeah, I can hear you perfectly.
Okay,
So let's
perfect.
see. Let me check.
Okay.
Also, yeah, we are visible here.
Okay, I just have to remember later on when we finish
Yep. So let's see.
this live stream, so I can cut the first part
Okay, okay.
when we were preparing. But now I'm hearing my voice
So we
twice.
have two viewers. So hello.
If you would like to write in the comment section, in the chat section, if you have some questions for us, whether for me or for Eric, so we can try to answer them during this live. We're going to be live for
I
about
cannot hear you.
15. You cannot hear me? What happened?
I cannot hear you. I don't know. Let's see if in the live we can hear you, but here I cannot hear you.
Hello? Hey?
Oh, I cannot hear you. I don't know. I can hear you here on this, but not on the app here.
Oh, it worked.
So there's a delay.
Yeah, there is a delay.
I cannot hear you. I don't know. I can hear you here on this, but not on the app here. Hello. Let me check. So there's a delay. Maybe you've crossed off your microphone here.
No, it
Maybe
should be
it's
the
on
same.
here. On YouTube I can hear you, but I cannot hear you here when you speak to me.
Okay, that's weird. Because I'm hearing you from both sides.
And it was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And now I'm hearing you from both sides.
No, I cannot hear you.
Yeah. There is a delay. And now, on my computer, I can hear you from YouTube, from the live session, and I can hear you from this conversation. No, it should be the same.
On YouTube I can hear you, but I cannot hear you here.
Okay, that's weird. Okay, because I'm hearing you from both sides.
So when you speak to me right now, I don't know what you're telling me. Okay? Because here there's a delay. It takes like 20 seconds. So I don't know why.
If you want, you can listen to me through your application directly and not from YouTube, And so the YouTube will be about 20 seconds delayed from the original live.
One second.
Sorry guys, these are some technical issues that we're gonna solve in a few seconds, hopefully. So, can you hear me now?
I hear you. Now I hear you directly on YouTube. What did you say? I get it 20 seconds later.
Oh, I cannot understand what happened working before. No, I'm not hearing anything. Can I remove this?
Speak now.
Can you hear me now?
No.
Oh.
Are
What is
you
it?
only on YouTube? I cannot hear you on the app.
That's so weird. We wanted to try the YouTube original live form
No.
format, but it's not working properly.
Speak now.
Can you hear me?
No.
I hear you perfectly
I'm checking
on both
sound
sides.
level, everything.
Maybe try to disconnect and
Your
then
voice,
come
everyone
back
can
to
hear
the.
your voice here on YouTube, but I cannot hear you here.
Can you try to disconnect and then come back?
I've checked the sound here. Okay, let's disconnect.
Can you hear me?
Now, yes.
Okay, perfect.
Strange things.
This is the
Sorry,
magic
guys.
of these applications.
Sorry about that. But now
No,
that
it's
works.
fine. Okay, it's fine. Okay, welcome everyone to this chat, this conversation between me and Eric Gibaud. So, Eric Gibaud, can you present yourself on my channel? This is the first time I do such kind of live sessions. And personally, I would like to make something similar to this form, maybe much more than now, because I think this is more interesting to be able to communicate with other creators from other sides of the world and not sticking inside of our YouTube studio and filming, just facing the cameras that I have behind and without any connection between us.
Well, thank you first for inviting me. My name is Eric Gibaud. I'm French, and I've got a YouTube. I live in Spain, in the Canary Islands, in Tenerife, and I've got a YouTube channel in 3 languages: English, Spanish, and French. And actually, I've never made any English live video in on my channel because I've got some English speaking followers, obviously, because I've got the videos in 3 languages, but I don't have as many as Spanish and French. This is why I've never made in English so far, but I hope I will do soon. And well, I'm a photographer and YouTuber. I'm every day more YouTuber than photographer because it takes me a lot of time to work. And yeah, because in 3 languages I make about 2 or 3 videos every week, so that's a lot of work. I still do photography for clients, but I spend more time on YouTube than with clients. Actually, it used to be the other way around, but not anymore. And well, you can ask me anything you want. I hope some of your followers will subscribe to my channel, where I speak about photography and I test gear, review gear, and give my opinion on things. And that's it, basically.
Of course. Now I'm just checking a little bit the stats on this live. People that are coming and going. So let's wait a little bit, maybe. But what I like a lot on your channel is that it's so natural. You don't you don't just like say good things about the products that you show to your community, to your audience, and that's something that I personally really appreciate. And that's how I try to be on my channel as well. I got lots of inspirations from your videos, from your style, and
Oh,
that's for me
thanks.
something really important. And when I knew that we are on the same Facebook group, I said to myself, I have to send him a message to be able to have
Yeah,
this
so
kind of conversation with him because this is something very very important. As I said before, me myself, I'm a physicist. I work at the university, but also I'm a
uh-huh.
photographer, and I started my YouTube journey maybe 2 years and a half ago, and it's going well. But as you said, it takes lots of time, like lots of time. And
Yeah.
now I'm trying to have to select the clients for the photo shoots that I have and for the events, and I cannot take everything because personally, I there are moments where I like to be filming
and I discovered this kind of section, this kind of domain recently, 2 years and a half ago, and it's really interesting. I've never been in front of the camera. I was always behind the camera, but now it's way different. I try to be in front of the camera, and you learn lots of skills when you are in front of the camera. Skills of talking, of expressing, of saying what you want to say in maybe a few words or few sentences without talking a lot, and that's for me something that I'm learning. And um, and yeah, I'm here in my home studio that I tried to move last week. I was playing Tetris in this place because I have to move things away. So it was like a big Tetris game. But now everything is good. I have lots of echo. I have to work a little bit on the soundproof of this place. But I think for the
Uh-huh.
moment I can stick with it. Um, Basically, I would like to discuss with you maybe the last video you made because I really loved it. The one about Nikon Z6 III, because I
Yes.
pre-ordered it yesterday and I'm waiting for it next week. And today or tomorrow I will film something about it because personally I shoot Nikon since I started in 2012 here in 2011 here in France. I'm shooting Nikon, and for me, I was forced or obliged to buy the Nikon glasses because back then we didn't have Viltrox lenses, we didn't have all the other lenses that you can see in the market now. So all my lenses were
Uh-huh.
Nikon or were Tamron, but with a Nikon mount. So I was waiting a lot for this camera to be released, and I still have lots of expectations. I've seen lots of reviews from paid
Uh-huh.
partnerships about this camera, and I want to try it myself. I hope I can keep it because I have the 30-day keep it or return it back. So I will try to keep
Okay.
it because for me it should be a good upgrade. Otherwise, the Nikon is dead, as you said.
Well, I think it's good news that Nikon has issued this new camera, because for photography, I think Nikon has everything they need. Okay, and for video, yes, the Z9 and the Z8 are really good, but not everyone can afford that kind of money, because normally when you work professionally, you don't have one camera, but you have two in case one fails, or because you want to have two different views. So minimum you have two cameras. So it's not the same thing to have one or two Z3 than to have one or two Z8 or Z9. So obviously it's very good that Nikon has issued this new camera. Now regarding the reviews, I've checked some. I think it's like always. There are some YouTuber that are first, we're all human, so sometimes we can be really over optimistic or enthusiastic. So that can happen that someone is not lying about a product, just loves the brand, is not really objective. It can happen to me also, or to anyone. But it's true that there are some YouTubers, I don't want to listen to them anymore, because what they say is basically what the brand has told them to say, and that's it. But there are others, like I think of Chris Nichols and Jordan Drake from Petapixel, were on DP review first. For me, they're really professional, really honest. So when I hear a review by them, I try to listen, because normally they're fair. And there's also Kai W, Chinese guy. Well, I think he's British because he's got a British accent. He was
Yeah,
from Hong Kong.
they live in Britain.
Yeah, yeah, he lives in England now. So this guy normally is really honest. He's funny, very funny the way he says things, and his sense of humor. But normally what he says is right. No? And the others, well, some are really honest and some other not too honest. So it's really hard to see. So it's true, you're right. When you test a camera yourself, first, maybe the camera is wonderful, but it's not for you. So you need to test it to see it, because maybe for what you do, it's not the camera you need. And second, sometimes it happens the other way around. The camera, some people think is really bad, and you try it and you like it because for what you do is fine. So it's always better if you're able to try, obviously.
I've tried the Z8, and the Z8 is a very good camera, but I
Yes.
really love the curtain protect, the shutter protect, sensor protection with the curtain. It's really interesting. I hope they add it in the Z6 III, but we don't have it, unfortunately. And the main problem for me with the Z8, I remember I was in Milano, I was shooting an event, and I wanted to order it on the spot because I saw someone using it and I really loved it as a photo camera. But when I took it in my hands, I tried to make some videos with it, even though it has lots of video capabilities, but it does not have this flip out screen. So if I want to mount it on a
Yeah,
gimbal, this is not something that I would like to have, because on a gimbal
yeah,
you have to take your screen out in order to be able to see what you are recording, because otherwise the arm will
exactly,
be in front of the screen. So that's, for
exactly.
me, was a big no. That's why I didn't get the Z8. And now we have this flip out screen on the Z6. And by the way, because I have two Z6 too, and recently I made a video
Uh-huh.
about the Meiki 85 1.4 lens, and I love this lens, so I bought another 85 1.4 from Meiki. So because I cannot afford two Nikon 1.2 85, so I got these two
Yeah,
Meiki 1.4, so I can make a comparison, a portrait comparison between the Z6 II and the Z6 III
uh-huh.
with the same lens. So I
Oh,
can
that's good.
see exactly how they perform, if the autofocus is really good in backlit scenes, if the autofocus is really good in low light scenes, and so on. So for me, this is
Exactly.
gonna be the test. I'm waiting now. I received the lenses. I'm waiting for the camera. It should arrive maybe next week, probably.
By the way, the sensor protection, honestly, I don't like it. Many people think it's important, but the problem is actually it's not a protection. It's actually the shutter that stays down. So some people, when they have this, they think that, oh yeah, I'm protected against dust. And they don't take care. They just move like this and all this. So the result is the dust falls on this protection, which actually the curtain that is down, and when they put a lens to make the first picture, the dust that fell on it start flying around and goes on the sensor or on the back of the lens. So at the end, they think it's a solution, but it's not. I think if you really take care of this, well, it's welcome. But if you are a person that don't really are careful when actually change lenses and move the camera without any lens, then the protection is just uh, you will get some dust on it and it will end up on the sensor anyway. So for me, that's not a key feature to buy or not a camera. For me, that's not that important. The way they sell it, the way they tell about it, it sounds great, but actually when you think about it, it doesn't. I think it's not necessary. I think for the screen, you're right. For video, it's really some people also use the screen thinking the monitor. They think this way they actually protect it when they don't use the camera, and folding and unfolding is not too good anyway. But for video, it's true that a flip screen is a lot better, because first, if you vlog, you can see yourself, and also, as you say, on the gimbal, you have it on the side, and also something else, the fact that the screen is apart allows you to have more ventilation around the camera,
Exactly.
and it doesn't overheat that soon. So it's a big plus to have a side monitor you can actually flip on the side. It's really a plus.
Yeah, that's totally correct. For the curtain, for this protection, personally, in my workflow, I don't like to change lenses when I'm on the go outside in the fields and in the nature, because I'm always worried about bugs, about insects, about dust, and something
Yeah,
that can stick inside and then you cannot remove it. Because I had this problem once. I was living in Dunkirk in the north of France, and I removed my lens. I changed lenses. I was making some night photography. I was not seeing what's in front of me, and there is a small bug that came and stick onto the sensor. And I was starting my journey in photography where it was the Nikon D3100. And for
oh
me, it
yeah.
was a big problem to remove it without scratching the sensor, and I ended up scratching the sensor to remove it. It was sticking to, you cannot remove it with any soft thing. So that's why
No, you
this
actually,
kind of curtain could
yeah,
be helpful in these kind of
yeah.
scenarios.
In this situation,
You know,
yeah. In this situation, yes.
Yeah.
But well,
So
it's bad luck also. It may happen that you do get some dust on the sensor. That happens. But also the sensor cleaning has bettered a lot for many years now. So a lot. Uh, a lot of people now they don't actually need to clean the sensor because actually when you switch on the camera it vibrates with a ultrasound and actually cleans it, and when you switch off the camera again, some camera are really good for that. The Olympus, for example, uh, I admire Olympus for the OMD one. I did since it came out, like I think it's 2 or 3 years ago, and I never had to clean it. And if we look at the OMD EM5 Mark II I had before, I had two of them. And for 5 years or 6 years I had them. I don't know, since they exist. I never cleaned the sensor, never ever had to clean the sensor. And that's good. When I had Leica M8, I had to clean it every week. It was a nightmare.
mm,
It was a nightmare. But now all cameras normally they have a dust cleaner, so that helps a lot.
that helps a lot. And now my style of photography, well, has changed a lot. Before I made lots of landscape photography. I was shooting at f11, f13, f8, and now I'm more about f1.4, f2 to 8. So for portraits, I'm shooting at wide apertures. So in all cases, I cannot see these dusts on the sensor if I have some.
Uh-huh. Well, exactly. Something else. Micro Four Thirds. We think that is because of the sensor cleaning system. Yes, it does help because it's really good. Actually, Olympus patented it, and other brands are using it, paying royalties for it. But actually, the fact is that uh, the sensor is never directly. What you see is not the sensor. Actually, the sensor in front of it. There is a piece of glass. Okay, on any camera. What you scratch was not the sensor, it was actually the glass. Okay, but on Micro Four Thirds there is a 4 millimeter glass. So it means that if there's dust on the glass, it's really hard to see it. You really need to be at f16, f11 maybe, but at f2.8, f4, 5.6, normally you don't see the dust. So maybe there is some dust. And on cameras that have a thinner glass in front of the sensor, straight away from f5.6 you already see the dust easily. Okay, and f16 you see a big spot. And Nikon also had a problem with this because that some kind of grease that was falling on the sensor, and I think it was on the D800 that's some
No,
problem,
it was
and I
on
took
the
all the camera.
D600. On the D600.
Oh yeah, that's right, that's right. And that was a problem with that, but that may
It look
happen.
it looks like the same problem that Peugeot they are having with their motors, 1.2 liters pure tech,
Pure
with
tech,
the
yeah,
grease
that's a
coming
nightmare.
out and
Yeah. So you can ask me
so
anything you want. So anyway, you will
okay,
leave the. I imagine you will leave the live on your channel so people can see it later. Anyway, so you ask me
exactly,
whatever you want.
exactly.
All right.
Well, I would like to ask you about your journey as a YouTuber. What do you like about it? Why you, since you are a photographer, what were your motivation to start your this journey as a YouTuber and to continue posting regularly? Because you post
Uh,
at least 2 videos per week, and every video is in
yeah,
3 languages. So you have 6 videos to produce and to edit and then to post.
yeah. Well, actually, it's my fourth YouTube channel. First, I had a Spanish YouTube channel only, and it was going fine. And then in 2015, a bit before, I decided to have two more channels, one in English, one in French. But it was a nightmare because I had the three channel and I had to log in one with one user, then another one, and then answer the comments and then check the other one. It was a nightmare to have all three separated. Although it was a lot better for the algorithm on YouTube. So in 2015, I decided to get everything together in one channel. So it's a big mistake if we look at the algorithm, but for me it's a lot more practical. So I started to do that because as a photographer, people contacted me and were asking, "What do you think about this or that? What camera do you think? Or advice about this or that?" And I said, "Well, maybe I could do that on a YouTube channel." No, actually, it was not exactly how it is. I was really active on a forum, a Canon forum in Spain, and when I started to do some photography workshop, and I said I was doing some photography workshop, they actually banned me from from the forum. So I said, well, I'm going to create my own a blog, okay? And I was posting videos of YouTube from other people. I was putting the link, and people could see it, on a WordPress blog. And then I thought, Eric, you showing other people videos, but you could record your video yourself. So this is when I started to create my own videos in Spanish only, and then after I started to create the other two languages. And then in 2015, I decided to have everything together. And since then, I carried on doing some YouTube channel because I think it's fun. I do it. I never did it for money at the beginning. Now, obviously, I live with it, but at the beginning, I never thought I would make money with that. I was just doing it for fun and sharing my knowledge or information. And for me, it was a great opportunity that some shop would lend me some cameras. I could try cameras. It was fun for me. Like someone who likes to drive, probably likes to test cars. But same thing for me. And then it started to take more and more time and more time and more time. And then I had to decide to get more professional, to be able to or to not do that many video and spend time searching for clients, or spend more time on YouTube, and then find a way that it would make me some money. Otherwise, it was not feasible. And in French, I've got a sponsor that helps a lot. Then I've got affiliated links and what YouTube is paying. So yeah, I can say I can live off YouTube directly or indirectly, because third part like affiliated is a third part, okay? But still, so this is the way I do it. And then I really love that I can test many things, many products. I like it. I'm not the typical YouTuber who try to test only things that will make you some views. There are many YouTubers that just test camera and lens when they are the big brand like Nikon, Canon, Sony, but not much the rest, because they want to have many views. But if a company tells me, Eric, can you review I don't know, any lens or anything or whatever, you have got a lot of accessories. Okay, I check it. I know that will not make views, but I know that there are. I've got 104,000 subscribers in my channel, and some people are interested, for example, in a tripod or a microphone or a brand, unknown brand of lenses, and they're interested. So even if it's for like 1,000 person out of the 100,000, I still do it because I think it's part of the game. Some video they bring you more visits, and other that brings you less views, and that's it. And for me, it's important to be honest with what I see, because I always try to be as if I was a buyer. So let's see, I check a video of Eric, and I want to buy this microphone, for example. Okay, uh, does he tell the truth? Yes. If he says they don't work, I don't buy them. If he said they work, maybe I will buy them. So I need to be honest, because I'm playing with people money. If I say this microphone are fantastic and they are not, and you buy them, you may think Eric is not serious. But what you're going to think is I've wasted 100 euros, and that's a problem. So I always try to be as honest as possible, as objective as possible, and I think this is the base for long run. You need to be honest.
Exactly.
People who try, yeah, people who just said, "Oh, this is fantastic! I love it. That's great," and they don't even try the product, and they just read the technical specs. I think this is fooling the audience and fooling themselves if they think they're going to do that their whole life. Because I don't think I will be doing YouTube my whole life, but at least until I decide not to do it anymore, I want people to think, yeah, Eric said that worked, and it does. Or Eric said it didn't work, and he's right, it doesn't work. Obviously, sometimes you can make a mistake. I can like a product, and it works for me, but may not for you, or you got a version that was damaged or whatever. But always try to tell the truth, always, to be as honest as possible. And the no brand don't pay me for doing reviews, never. The exception is once a brand asked me, no, a couple of times, a brand asked me if I could review a product. And I knew that would be a lot of time preparing the video for a product that would be no interest or little interest. And then, yes, I do ask for money, for my time, not for advert, but for my time. And I'd say it in the video. I say, yeah, this is a paid review. I'd still say whatever I want, but I'm getting paid because it takes a week or 2 weeks to prepare all this, and my time has a value. Okay, but always, I think it's important to be honest. And well, when you go to an expert that actually evaluate the value of your car, of your house, or whatever, you do pay that person, and he still says the truth. What do you think? So I don't see any problem that a company could pay me, and I still say what I think. I think that's the way
I
it should be.
totally agree. I totally agree. Well, I'm still in the beginning of this journey and in the basics of this journey, and I think that we have lots of similarities. Maybe because I got inspired from your channel, that's something correct, but also because I try always to be as honest as possible. There are moments where a brand send me, let's say, a lens to review before and to release a video on the launch date, but they send it to me on the launch date. you know it happened many times where they send me the item just the night
Yeah,
before or during the same day, and they need something immediately. And well, in these cases I have to just maybe read the specs because I don't have any other materials. I haven't tried it yet, but I always say in my videos that I'm gonna make another full review later on when I have
exactly.
more time, because many times I bought stuff before I started this YouTube journey because I was checking maybe Jared Pollen's videos or something, or some big creators. And
Yeah,
when I received the product, I was like not happy at all. It doesn't look like what they've marketed. So that was a big issue for me. I don't want to do it on my channel. But recently, for the Z6 III, I know that Jared is like hitting Nikon at in any chance. Whenever he has a chance, he was hitting Nikon, and he was like very happy with the camera. I don't know if he's happy because he was paid for that or because the camera is good. So that's why I would like to try
well,
it myself to have my own idea about it.
yeah. Well,
But
Jared Polin has always been a big fan of Nikon anyway. But Jared is fun to see because the way he says Frono's photo and things like that is fun. But I think he's not honest. Uh, in some time, yes, but sometimes not. So it means he doesn't lie on every product because there are many really good products. But for example, when the Canon R5 came out, it was having a lot of fun telling it overheat. It was big problems. It didn't work properly. He put it in a fridge, and then he had a big fan, industrial fan, to cool it down, just for fun, to make a laugh out of Canon. And also criticized the R5 on this point, okay, but not making that much fun. And then one day, Jared Polin didn't say anything anymore, didn't criticize Canon anymore. And then on his following videos during maybe a month, I don't know how many videos, at the bottom right of this video, it was written, recorded with Canon R5.
fine.
So, so what does it mean? It means that obviously Canon told him, yeah, shut up, take the money, record with your R5, and don't speak bad about us anymore. And that's not correct because he could have said, wait, guys, I've been laughing at Canon, but we got an agreement. Uh, they offered me to record with my with an R5, so I proved that it works, and I was wrong. So we're gonna see if it's true. Yes, I'm getting paid because that's advert for Canon, but you should have said it this way. That would be honest, okay? But there are several YouTubers that was actually criticizing the R5, and they all shut up. And in the bottom right is written recorded with Canon R5. So that's not honest because that's not good for Canon and that's not good for buyers because uh, Was the camera good? Wasn't it the camera bad? Well, actually, what I criticized about the R5 was the marketing Canon did, because it's a great camera, the R5, a fantastic camera. As a photography camera and as a video camera, it's a great camera. But when it came out, Canon spoke about one thing only: 8K. And obviously, if you tell me 8K, I want to know 8K how it goes. And 8K, yeah, during a couple of minutes, it worked fine. But after this, it was overheating, okay? And they didn't tell it. So they should have said, this is a great photography camera, this is a great video camera, and there's a gift. You can actually record 1 minute, 2 minutes of 8K included. And then if you want to resample it in post-production or a recrop, you don't lose much of this. And many people would have said, oh, that's great. I can even get a few rushes, a few take a footage of 8K and include it in my 4K. And people would have thought it was great. But all their marketing was around the 8K. I think that was a big mistake. If I go to your place and you have a restaurant, I say, what is your specialty? He say, spaghetti carbonara. I say, okay, great, let's try it. And it's really bad. And I say, yeah, but your spaghetti are really bad. No, but we have pizza also. Yeah, but you told me specialty is carbonara, so I try it. Same thing. If you tell me the best point or the important point is AK, obviously I'm going to judge the AK. That's logical. And I think this was a bit the problem with the marketing of Canon. But if we speak about Jared Polin, I think it's really fun to watch. He's great. Obviously, many things he says are completely right, but you feel that sometimes money is behind with a lot of weight with the money. Okay, same thing with Peter McKinnon. I really like. He's really fun. Same thing. But at least Peter McKinnon is honest. He says,
Yeah.
"Guys, I'm getting paid. I make. If you are bothered by my sponsors, don't watch my videos because I've got a sponsor. I build a video around the sponsor. You have fun. You have a good time. I make money. You like it, great. Don't like it, just move on. Okay,
and
he's more
and,
honest in
and
in this
Peter
way.
Peter Peter was making he made the video about the wobbles on the R5, so he didn't hide it from his
Exactly,
audience, and
exactly.
that's something good,
And
you know.
Peter McKinnon is a big fan of Canon. He's a Canon user, and still he said about the wobble. I remember the video is like this. Look at the right there. It appears like it's a bit of
Mm,
wobble. He was telling it,
mm.
and I think that was honest on his part.
There is one YouTuber that I used to like a lot, but now, well, I find it not so much interesting. Gerald Undone, because his videos are amazing, but they are very technical.
Well,
So
I
when
think
you see
I
graphs,
think it's
and I'm a scientist, so I can maybe relate a little bit to his kind of videos, and this is very interesting. But I can, even if I like it, but I cannot see myself making um, studies and graphics, and showing these values and numbers and etc. on in the video, because for me, the people who are watching YouTube are not only people who are in technical stuff. They want to see a real result,
well.
a real world conditions. I hope that he
Well,
can mix a little bit some real world conditions with his videos. That would be, I think, in my opinion,
well,
much, much better.
well. First, hi. Two comments that appear here there. Mike, say hi. Another one. I can. I said he has only on GoPro. I didn't see it properly. But hi to both of them. Well, actually, I think what he's doing is good, and in the way that, as I said in my last month's 7 tips of the month, explaining how to buy a camera, where to get the information, I said it's really important to watch several reviews from different YouTubers. Some people will show you the product really close up, really nice. Some people will use it in real life, and some people like Gerald Undone will actually tell all the technical information. So I think we have space for all of us. It's not like you check your video or my video. I think we have different ways, all of us. So it's really complete each other. But it's true that if you look at Jordan Dunn, it's really technical. And if you don't really look for the precise information, uh, how it calculates the dynamic range or whatever, that's boring. And if you're not into that, that could be boring or useless, because some people, they don't want to know what is the dynamic range is. They want to know if the camera is too small for their hands. That's it, or they want to know if you can do a really fast burst rate, and that's it, or if the autofocus can locate a plane or a bird or whatever. So I think there's a space for every YouTuber, every each of us with a different style or his own style. Some people are similar, but I think Gerald and Don brings good information for people who need this information, but probably is losing some views because it's too technical. But that's a
I'm not
decision. Same thing for
criticizing.
me.
I'm not criticizing Gerald London because
No, no,
he's one of
I
the. I
I
watch his
understand what you
videos
say.
before anyone else, But I wish that if he can include more real world things,
Yes,
that
that
would
will
be
help.
even more complete. Even more complete on all sides, so you can see the technical stuff and the real stuff. Because as a physicist, as in the university, every time we make an experimentation or a research, we make some experimental setup and then some calculation or some theoretical setup to compare the theory with the real world experimentation. So we can have like what is announced and what we can get really with this camera or with this lens, or.
And I think actually the maybe the most balanced team is Petapixel.
Yes,
Used to be a deeper review. I think because first they split the work. One is Chris Nicole does photography, and Jordan Drake does actually the video. I think they really complete each other, and I think they're really fair with what they say. Even when they are, you feel that it's hard for them to speak bad about something completely, but normally they tell you, wait, this is a pre-production product. We're going to test it. We'll do a separate review later. For us, that works. And this, maybe I'm not convinced. And Jordan is also really honest about video. Well, I see some rolling shutter here. I see this or that. And you're right. It tells maybe what actually Undone tells. They show it. Instead
exactly.
of showing figures, they say, check this. This is rolling shutter. This is this. When Gerald Eldon will tell you, well, the readout of the sensor is so much speed, and that's it. And some people, you tell me it's 10 millisecond and the other one is 50 millisecond. If I don't see it, I don't know what you mean. So I need to see the rolling shutter to see what you speak about. And yeah, maybe. But you're right. That would be good if Joel Eldon could add more information on that side. But I wish I had a channel that as big as he has. Anyway, but I think that's right. That's right.
Okay. Thank you, Eric, for your time and for this nice conversation. I'll try to edit it quickly to post it on YouTube so the people can watch it later on, and then we
Ah, I
can
think you
maybe.
can leave it as. I think it's possible to leave it straight. Oh, you can actually edit it from
No,
YouTube
no, I just
Studio.
want to remove the first part
Exactly. I was
before
going
the
to say
mic connection.
when we had no microphone. Yeah, you're right.
Yes.
Right. Right. Well,
Okay.
thank you very much to you for inviting me, and I hope to invite you soon. I don't know when. To do an English
We can make
podcast
it in
on my
French,
channel.
but not in Spanish.
No, no, but we'll do it. I've never made any in English, so it would be good to make one in English on my
Okay,
channel.
perfect. Perfect.
Okay. Well,
Okay.
thank you to you. So
Ciao, ciao,
it was
and
great
have a
talking
good
to you.
day. Bye bye.
Okay, thank you. Bye.
Bye bye.